Okay, what's going on? Hey, I've been going through Facebook groups lately, trying to see what people are talking about as far as their health and fitness goals. I've been seeing a lot of progress photos posted where they're losing weight, but they've stalled. So I don't know if that's someone like you, but a lot of people are out there trying really hard. They're doing strenuous cardio. They're cutting back their calories. Some people are cutting their carbs out completely, some doing keto. Some people are, having less than 100 grams or less than 200 grams of carbs. They're hungry. They're training hard. The scale has dropped, but they're still not happy with how they look, and now the scale has kind of ceased to drop. So if that's someone like you, keep listening. I want to talk about carbs and how they affect weight loss and how they affect metabolism. I want to talk about when you should be eating your carbs. And yes, I think you should be eating carbs. And I think this is really important because this is a time of the year where it's very hard to diet because the food options we're given and the amount of those food options, so heavily being centered on carbohydrates, people need to know how they should handle those situations. So, talking about carbohydrates, how do they affect your metabolism? Okay, carbohydrates are actually your body's preferred source of energy. Okay? Now, some people argue, well, if I do protein, then I actually burn more calories. Yes. If you don't eat carbs and you only have protein, your body likes carbs so much that it will convert those amino acids into sugars, meaning the protein that you were hoping that was going to support your muscle tissue is now going to get turned into sugar that you didn't get to eat, but it's going to all be the same at the end of the day. In fact, now you're going to have less protein for your muscle tissue because some of that protein is getting stored or turned into sugar. Okay? So, eat your carbs. Eat your carbs. Your body likes carbs. Now, it's your preferred source of fuel. So, especially when we're doing anaerobic exercise, so high intensity exercise, like weightlifting, like running, anytime your heart rate is going above, 140 beats per minute, your body's going to look for carbs first because they're the fastest and easiest thing for your body to burn. So, carbs are an important part of your metabolism because without the carbs, we start to sacrifice protein that should go to muscle. We sacrifice protein. If there's not enough carbs and you're exercising at a high intensity, that's when we run into the scenario where people start to lose muscle because the protein in the muscle starts to get broken down and used as a sugar, as a carb. So, think about it. If you're doing HIIT training or full body workouts and you're not eating carbs before you work out, you are actually stressing your body to the point where the muscles begin to eat themselves instead of getting bigger and stronger in response to the training. we actually start to lose muscle because we don't have carbohydrates. Okay, so when you lose muscle, something really bad happens, and this is why a lot of weight loss stalls. Your metabolism starts to slow down, okay? And it's not because you've become adapted to your workout. Your workout is only 20 to 30% of how many calories you're gonna burn throughout the entire day. The other 80 to 70% is coming from your basal metabolic rate. So your basal metabolic rate, that is the cost of keeping the lights on. That is the cost of keeping all that lean tissue, your organs, your muscles, your heart beating, all of that going on is part of your basal metabolic rate. It's what keeps you alive, okay? And so that makes up the majority of the calories you burn. So as you lose muscle tissue, you have a lower potential to burn calories. So if I'm eating, let's say I'm eating 2,000 calories a day, and my basal metabolic rate is 2,400, and my total daily energy expenditure is like 3,200, okay? I'm exercising 5 days a week, take 2 rest days. I do walking on the treadmill for 30 to 60 minutes, 3 times to 4 times a week. That's it. That's all I do for training. 5 days of lifting, 3 to 4 days of walking for a half hour or up to 1 hour. That's it. But what I focus on is metabolic boosting activities like building muscle tissue, okay? Or eating to support muscle tissue. Now, carbohydrates, if we're not eating carbs, we're at a certain point we begin to lose muscle tissue and we lower our metabolism. We lose muscle, we burn less calories. Make sense? So, by restricting your caloric intake, by cutting out your carbohydrates, you actually are lowering your metabolism by design of your diet and exercise. Okay? So, very important, eat those carbohydrates. Now, when are the best times to have carbohydrates? Okay? The best times to have carbs are when your body is most sensitive to insulin. Now, the times where we're most sensitive to insulin is when our body is like, holy cow, I need some energy. Okay? The first time that your body is like, holy cow, I need some energy, is when you wake up. When you wake up after not eating, because you're not waking up at 2 a.m. and having a meal right in the fridge and eating a bunch of pasta or having some cold pizza in the middle of the night. In the morning when you first wake up, you've gone through typically 7 to 10 hour fast, right? You haven't eaten anything. 7 to 10 hours. So your body is ready to take in new energy. Muscles are more sensitive to insulin, which is the carrier hormone. It carries proteins and carbs and fats around the body, but it highly reacts to carbohydrates and liquid protein. Okay? Now, you should have carbohydrates in the morning first thing when you wake up. Okay? Water, then carbs. Morning is also the best time to have any fruit, because fructose sugars are used by your liver, and typically liver glycogen is depleted in the morning, because it was supporting your brain and your internal organs all night long. Okay, so fruit in the morning, and you want to have some sort of starchier carb. I like to have cream of rice. I like to have, I'm gluten-free, so I'll have some gluten-free bread, or I'll make some protein gluten-free pancakes. Any of that stuff works. You can eat whatever you want, but have some fruit and carbohydrates in the morning. And if you're gonna have fruit that's higher in fructose, which I don't typically recommend when we're trying to lose weight, but it's okay in the morning, okay? So you can have your apples and oranges in the morning. Bananas you can have any time throughout the day because those fruits act more like starches. So first thing in the morning is the best time to have those carbohydrates. The next two best times, the first next best time to have carbohydrates is before your workout. Okay, before your workout, and this is even better if you're working out at the same time of day every day because your body will get into a cycle. But before your workout, if we ingest carbohydrates, by the time you hit the gym, those sugars are already releasing into the bloodstream and they're right there ready to be burned. Okay? Those sugars that have already been into the bloodstream, they've been taken and stored in the muscle as glycogen. Okay? So that is our fuel, our premium fuel on reserve is that glycogen. Okay? So I eat carbs in the morning. I eat carbs before my workout. Which ones do I like before my workout? I like rice. I like potatoes, sweet potatoes. Any starchy carbohydrate is excellent before you train. If you're in a pinch and you can't do anything, grab a banana. Grab 2 bananas. Each banana is about 35 grams of carbs. Okay, that's less than 150 calories. It's a drop in the bucket. But if you don't have those carbs before your workout, and you don't have glycogen in reserve, well then we're back to that scenario where training actually causes your metabolism to slow down, because your body doesn't burn fat to do a deadlift. The body doesn't burn fat very quickly. It takes time. That's why you need to have oxygen when you burn fat too. So it's only happening aerobically. Okay? Lower levels of training will burn fat better, like walking. But high intensity training, instant energy needs, like when we're lifting, when we're moving a weight, when we're sprinting, when we're on the stair stepper and sweating and gasping for air, you need carbohydrates. Rice cakes are another good one. You don't want to have a bar or protein bar, candy bar, or whatever that has high fructose corn syrup. You don't want to have a Gatorade or Powerade that has high fructose corn syrup. Fructose is not used by the muscles. Fructose is used by the liver. Okay? So, get those good starchy carbs in before your workout. Now, after you train, you've burned through a lot of the sugar. The muscles are thinking, holy cow, what did we just go through? Oh no, the tank's empty. What do? We signal, hey, I'm ready for insulin. Bring me carbohydrates. My tank is empty. I need to refuel. I need to reload. My muscles are damaged. We need amino acids here to repair this tissue. So after your workout, muscle cells are primed for insulin, while fat cells are desensitized to insulin. So after the workout, you should focus on getting in carbohydrates, get in protein too. Try to stay away from high fat proteins, or avocados or olive oil or salads or any of that stuff after you work out. That's going to slow down how quickly your body can release those nutrients into the bloodstream. So, carbs before and carbs after your workout. Stay away from fats before and after your workout so that those nutrients can hit the bloodstream fast enough. If you're doing holiday eating, exercise before or exercise after, okay? More than likely, you're not gonna wanna exercise after Thanksgiving meal, but you could go for a walk or something. But if you go to the gym right before, your body's gonna be ready to absorb those minerals, absorb those sugars, absorb those amino acids, all those things that are in all those foods. Your body's gonna be able to absorb them and store them in the muscle rather than storing it into the fat. After a workout, fat cells are actually desensitized because the priority for the body is to repair and recover and refuel your muscles. Okay, because it doesn't know if it's going to have to go through that torture again, and it needs it. You got about an hour and a half after your workout to get in those carbs at the time where your muscle cells are primed for insulin. Okay, so I hope that helps some people. I hope that helps clarify. Without getting into how many calories should I have, or should I eat chicken, or should I eat steak? A lot of people are losing when it comes to carbohydrates, and they're setting themselves up for failure. So, carbs in the morning, have your starches and your fruit. Before you train, have some carbohydrates, okay? Don't have a heavy meal, have something that's easy to digest. And then after your workout, you want lean protein, so whey protein shake, a banana, some rice cakes, go home, have some chicken or some white fish, rice, potatoes. Keep it easy to digest so that your body can repair, recover, and refuel faster. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that helps any of you guys trying to either gain muscle or lose weight. You follow those tips, you're gonna do both. You're gonna do both at the same time. You're gonna build muscle tissue, raise your metabolism, and burn enough calories. You'll be burning more calories than you were before, and you'll end up losing weight as long as you're not eating like an asshole at the other times. Okay, so stay away from junk food at night when your body's not really ready to burn or store those carbohydrates. Have those carbohydrates right when you wake up, before you work out, and after your training session. I hope that helps. If you have any more questions about diet, training, anything like that, hit me up. I've been an online coach for 3 years. I've been a personal trainer. I've been an online coach for 3 years. I've been a personal trainer for over a decade. Been doing this a long time. I fell through some of those traps too, where I was doing intermittent fasting, drinking bulletproof coffee, just loading my body with calories at the wrong times, training and actually losing muscle mass that I worked so hard to gain. I was lifting and seeing my strength decrease. That is terrible. I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. I hope that everyone that is going to the gym, putting in the effort, planning out their diet, I hope they're doing the right things, because I want you to be healthy. I want you guys to feel your best. And I want people to understand that the decisions they make, the choices they make throughout the day, throughout the week, it all affects your health. And if you don't have your health, you don't have much at all. Thank God, you know, I've cared so much about this. I was so curious about this. I went to school, I studied this. I actually wrote a book about this called Physique 101. You can pick it up on Amazon. You can go to my website and get the digital copy, or you can get the printed version on Amazon. If you get the printed version, I'll send you a free digital copy too, by the way. There's a QR code in the book for a free digital copy, so you can have both. You know, you can read it while you're on the treadmill. But in the book, I go over these eating strategies and why, and explain the science behind building muscle and burning fat. I get into the details on how you should train for, you know, your goal. If that's to get stronger, if that's to lose weight, if that's to build muscle, there's different strategies we'd implement, okay? Trying to get faster, you're not gonna get faster walking uphill. You have to sprint, right? To train hard. But more importantly, you gotta fuel your body. So carbohydrates first thing when you wake up, before you work out, and after your workout. Those are the three best times. You should have 65-75% of your carbohydrates at those 3 times alone, okay? You know, you can sprinkle them in here and there at other times throughout your day, but if you do it at those 3 times, you're gonna be setting yourself up for success. You're gonna have better quality training sessions. You are gonna have better recovery from your workouts. You're gonna build muscle, and you're gonna boost metabolism, making it that much easier to get the fat off. All right, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Again, check out my website, flexstudiofitness.com. I love helping you people learn. I love it. And you know what? I like seeing those progress pictures. So post them, share them with me. Let me know if this works for you. If you're stuck and you need more help, hit me up. I'd love to help you. Have a good one.